Mother's Day was one of those messy, busy, beautiful kind of days. I woke up already feeling a little overwhelmed, but there was still washing to hang out, beans to soak, smoothies to make, and breakfast plans to bring to life. My son arrived home with a thoughtful gift for me that he had brought at his school's Mother's Day store. It made me feel really special. My daughter wanted a smoothie to start the morning, and then it was time for me to make a start on breakfast. I decided to make crepes, which felt extra special because they bring back so many fond memories from my childhood. My mum often used to make us crepes growing up. She had one of those special dip-style crepe pans that you heat up and dip into the batter. And they always turned out so delicate, thin and perfect. I can still remember the smell of them cooking and everyone choosing their favourite toppings. Lemon juice and sugar was always one of my favourites. Simple but so good. This morning I wanted to recreate a little bit of that feeling for my own kids. Our crepes will be topped with scrambled eggs, caramelized onions and mushrooms, plus there's a sweet option with berries, lemon juice and sugar. It's actually my first time ever making crepes in a normal frying pan instead of using one of those dip style pans, and they definitely turned out thicker than I imagined. But honestly, for a first attempt, I don't think they were too bad at all. The kitchen smelled amazing, and I think this might become one of those breakfasts we make more often from now on. The rest of the day became a blur of homemaking and multitasking, the kind of day where it feels like you're constantly moving from one job straight into the next. My daughter helped me make 2 different breads, one a plain loaf for sandwiches and the other cinnamon butter and sugar bread that later in the day when we baked it made the whole house smell incredible. In between bread making, I was cooking pasta for my son's school lunches, washing dishes, wiping benches, and trying to stay at least one step ahead of the kitchen mess that seemed to keep multiplying all day long. There always seems to be something needing to be chopped, washed, packed away or cleaned when you spend most of the day in the kitchen. My partner did an amazing job folding up the washing that I had intended to on Friday. We kept lunch simple with rice, chicken and vegetables, while I happily ate some leftover chia pudding. I feel like mums often end up eating little bits and pieces here and there, while making sure that everyone else gets a proper meal. We have a Leonard's chicken voucher, which we have been holding on to for a time where we really needed to use it, and my partner said now was that time. First, we headed to Rusty's Market to grab fruit and veg when the prices dropped. $3. I love showing how far a small amount of money can go. Today's haul was only $8.80 and filled the kitchen back up beautifully. Next, we went to Stony Creek. My son was excited to try his luck catching a fish. And even though we didn't stay long because the mosquitoes were relentless, he still had fun giving it a go and exploring around in the water. One of the biggest helps this week was this $50 voucher for Leonard's Chicken. With our small grocery budget, things like that generally make a huge difference for our family. While we were at the shopping centre, my partner and the kids surprised me with some dark chocolate too. Back home, it was time to unpack everything and put all the produce away. I'm actually really impressed with what I managed to find for a total of $8.80. There's something so satisfying about turning a small amount of money into a kitchen full of fresh food. You can really see the difference in the bench before and after the shop. It went from looking quite bare to feeling stocked up and full of colour again. Moments like this remind me that with a little bit of patience, flexibility and shopping at the right time, you can stretch a grocery budget surprisingly far. Here's what we got with our $50 voucher. 4 chicken sausages, 1 whole chicken, and 2.3 kgs of chicken breast. Dinner prep today turned into one of those full-on, hands-in, everything kind of afternoons. I started by chopping up some eggplant, and a few of them had little bugs inside them. Instead of wasting the whole lot, I just trimmed away the good parts and saved what I could. While everything was cooking, I was also bread shaping. One lot of dough became a sandwich loaf, while the other turned into a warm cinnamon sugar loaf that smelt amazing fresh from the oven. In hindsight, I wish I had made a cream cheese topping. The beans have been soaking all day and look nice and plump. I will cook them tomorrow. For dinner, I put a whole chicken and some root vegetables on to roast and boil some veg. I will save the chicken carcass to make a tasty and nutritious stock that will slow cook overnight and become gelatinous and delicious. Now to let the bread cool before slicing. In the meantime, I am soaking labels off these glass jars to reuse. And I finally get a moment to enjoy a piece of dark chocolate before packing my partner's lunch for tomorrow. By the end of the night, I was standing at the kitchen bench, slicing cinnamon bread and peeling labels off jars thinking, what a wildly productive, exhausting, special kind of day. But I wish I was in bed already.